Tragedy, Mystery, and Royal Whispers. Another member of the British royal family has been found dead under unusual circumstances. That's 2 unnatural deaths in less than 2 years. This time, it's a cousin of Prince William and Prince Harry, sparking international concern and reigniting questions about what's really happening behind palace walls. Is this merely coincidence? Or is there something much deeper going on, something the public was never meant to see? Like, share, and subscribe before we continue the untold royal story. Let's start with the facts. The individual at the center of this tragedy is a lesser-known cousin of Prince William and Prince Harry, a young royal who maintained a relatively private life, away from the full glare of the cameras, yet remained deeply connected to the monarchy's lineage. This cousin was known among aristocratic circles for their charm, quiet lifestyle, and philanthropic interests. While they never held a working royal title, they occasionally attended events, and were often seen beside key royal figures at family gatherings. The royal family tree is vast, and not all its branches are in the spotlight. But this cousin, while not a household name, was undeniably part of that tree. So when news broke that they had been found lifeless under non-natural circumstances, the nation paused. Press scrambled. And the palace, as always, released a carefully worded statement. But what they didn't say is what's raising eyebrows. According to early reports, the body was discovered in a quiet, rural location, not far from one of the family's country estates. The cause of death? Still under investigation. The local authorities have not declared foul play, yet they've also not ruled it out. What makes this more intriguing is that this isn't the first time such a tragedy has struck the royal circle. Just over a year ago, another royal relative passed away in what many described as an unusual incident. That case, too, was surrounded by uncertainty. At the time, the media labeled it as a private matter. But this recent event, so soon after the last, is reigniting the fire of public interest. Royal insiders, speaking off the record, have described the atmosphere within the family as tense and deeply shaken. One source even suggested that some family members have been advised to stay out of the public eye for the time being. Here's where the controversy deepens. Whenever something tragic happens within the royal family, an invisible wall often seems to go up. The phrase dignified silence is often used by royal spokespeople. But to others, it's a veil, one that hides not only grief but also truth. British tabloids have tried to investigate further, but so far, few answers have surfaced. Online forums and independent royal watchers are buzzing, piecing together every public clue: photos, travel patterns, sudden social media silence from certain royals, and subtle changes in royal event calendars. Is this simply about protecting the family's privacy in a time of sorrow? Or could it be a strategic decision to contain the narrative, preventing speculation from spiraling out of control? Either way, the public is watching and waiting. The British press is notoriously intense when it comes to royal matters. So it's no surprise that this story has sparked a media storm. From the Daily Mail to The Guardian and even international networks like CNN and Sky News, everyone wants to know the same thing. Why are there now 2 unnatural deaths involving royal relatives in such a short span of time? Documentary filmmakers are already jumping on the topic, and podcasts discussing royal shadows and the crown's secrets are climbing in popularity. On social media, hashtags like #RoyalMystery and #WindsorWatch are trending, as users post side-by-side timelines of both incidents. People are even drawing historical parallels. From the tragic fate of Princess Diana to the more distant but equally mysterious passing of Prince George, Duke of Kent in 1942. In other words, this story has entered the public consciousness, and it's not leaving anytime soon. Let's not forget, this is family. For Prince William and Prince Harry, this isn't just another headline. This was their cousin, someone they grew up with, someone who shared childhood memories, private events, and family milestones. Though Harry is now based in the US, sources suggest that he was immediately informed and is deeply affected by the news. There are whispers of a possible private visit to the UK in the coming weeks. Prince William, ever the symbol of duty and composure, has continued with his engagements. But his tone in recent public appearances has been noticeably more subdued. There's also speculation that this tragedy could temporarily ease the rift between the brothers, even if behind closed doors. 'Cause grief, especially royal grief, has a strange way of uniting, even across oceans. So what happens now? The investigation continues, and while official statements remain cautious, royal watchers expect more clarity in the coming weeks. But the bigger question remains: can the royal family continue to preserve its privacy in an era where the public demands transparency? As institutions around the world evolve, the British monarchy walks a tightrope, balancing tradition with modern scrutiny. And stories like this, rare, tragic, and haunting, only add more weight to that balancing act. Whether this recent death is truly unnatural or simply a tragic coincidence remains to be seen. But for now, the world watches. And behind the walls of Windsor, Sandringham, and Balmoral, the silence speaks volumes. If you've made it this far, let us know what you think in the comments. Do you believe there's more to the story than meets the eye? Or is this simply the heavy burden of being born royal in a modern world? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more deep-dive royal investigations, controversies, and hidden stories from the halls of power. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed,